Hello everyone, T. Hauser here. Thanks for joining me today. This will be a quick overview of the new 18-card wallet game called Stones of Æver. Æver is the Norwegian pronunciation, but you can also say Æver. First, the setup. Place the fire card off to the right, with the full moon of the moon card covering the sky of the fire card. It is now a full moon. The other 16 cards each have two sides, a stone side with symbols and a configuration side with words. Shuffle these cards and place them above your play area, stone side down, as the draw pile. Then draw one card, placing it to the left of the draw pile, and one card, placing it to the right. These are your left and right configurations. Then draw two cards and place them on any of the four corners of your imaginary 4x2 grid space. This will be your altar. Finally, draw three cards to hold in your hand as stones. You're ready to begin. Each turn, you will perform 4 tasks in order. These tasks are spend, refill, look, and shift. For the spend task, you'll spend a total of exactly 2 action points from the following 5 options. The lay option is worth 1 action point. Lay a hand card to an empty altar spot if one of its symbols forms a match with an adjacent card already on the altar, vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. Stone types and symbol colors don't matter when matching stones. The slide option is worth 1 action point. Slide any altar card clockwise to an empty spot. You cannot slide over other cards, and you can only slide once per turn. Spin is also worth 1 action point. Spin any altar card 180 degrees. You may only spin once per turn as well. For the slide and spin options, the resulting stone placement does not have to form a match on the altar. The toss option is worth 2 action points. Simply discard a stone from the altar. The trade option is worth 2 action points also. Discard a hand card and draw another. The second task is refill. Draw enough cards to ensure that you have 3 hand cards again. The third task is look. Refer to the left and right configuration cards next to the draw pile. For this task, think right is right, left is wrong. If the right configuration description is true, leave it alone. If the left is false, do the same. If not, discard that configuration card and replace it with a card from the draw pile. You choose which of the 2 configurations on the card to orient upright. Always ignore upside-down configurations. Here's the catch. During a full moon, including your first turn because you start the game on a full moon, these left and right rules are reversed. In other words, while it's a full moon, if left is true and right is false, leave them alone, and if not, replace them. The fourth and final task is shift. Spin the moon card to the subsequent moon phase in the sky. Continue these moon phase cycles again and again until the game is over. To win, you must find a way to lay the 8th and final altar stone during a full moon with the proper left and right configurations in place. Let's see an example of this. During our last turn, we played our cards so that the right configuration was true, that there's exactly 1 gap on the bottom row, and the left configuration was false, that there's exactly 2 obsidian stones on the altar. We then shift the moon to its next phase and end that turn. It is now a full moon again, and hopefully our final turn. In order to win on this turn, we must complete the altar, and at the same time, the card that was false must somehow end up true, and the card that was true must somehow end up false, because the look rules are reversed on full moons. By placing this obsidian match on the altar, it both fills in the bottom gap and adds a second obsidian stone to our altar. We've done it! We won! The rulebook also contains some endgame outcome goals for added challenges. These altar configurations are more difficult to attain than simply winning the game as is. There's also a fun, competitive 2-player mode called Sages, as well as a hard mode where corner symbols must match diagonal cards in order to be laid on the altar. There are also expansion packs available for purchase. Artifacts are stones that are difficult to lay, as they contain fewer possible symbols to match. But they add bonus perks that normal stones don't, as well as potential pitfalls that may alter your plans. Factions add a more exciting and complex two-player mode to the existing one in the base game. And finally, the River Rafter challenges you to get a special visitor to the ritual on time in order to win. Not as easy as it seems. Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. This has been a brief overview of Stones of Æver. Take care.